This is part of my series of yoga when you absolutely don't feel well, when you pretty much feel like crap. So I'm here to talk a little bit about a recovery sequence that can be really helpful when everything just feels like it's a bit too much, or you're flat out exhausted. Maybe you're not feeling well, maybe you're actually sick and just need some recovery, and you kind of gotten over the hump of being sick, and now you're like, ugh, I just really need something to feel better besides that solid rest and of course nourishing our body with good food. So I'm up here in the studio, and what I have are some very basic props. I have a strap. This is totally optional. I really like it for this series because it helps me just drop in and relax. I have a blanket, which is always nice, especially if you're feeling a little bit chilly. It's good to have a blankie to keep you nice and warm. And I have a bolster and a second bolster, but it's totally up to you. You can use a pillow at home. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about legs up the wall posture. Now you can do this posture in your bed on your own, or you could do it at the floor. Even if there's carpet underneath you, you don't actually need a yoga mat for this. It's just nice to have it if you're on a solid floor, and it gives a little bit of support. So what we'll be doing, and I like to talk this through because I feel like when we come to legs up the wall, sometimes it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. How do I get my body in that position in a way that feels good and grounded? So what I'm going to suggest is that you bring one hip to the wall, and then you can lay out your blanket or your pillow for where your head's going to go approximately. We'll move around a little bit. First of all, don't even worry about being graceful. Release the idea of being graceful right out of your head. We're just going to get into the posture. We'll wiggle a little bit and we'll settle in, and we don't have to worry about what we look like. We're going to release that right off the bat. So my hip is to this wall and it's pressed against this wall. And this can feel like a little much. So if you need to lean back, put your hand back there, that's fine. And then I'm going to start to walk my hands away from the wall as my hips start to swing around so that my bottom comes towards the wall. From here, I'm just going to swish my hips like a walking motion until I'm pretty darn close to the wall. You do not have to have your bottom touch the wall. From here, I have my bolsters. You may decide that you like to press your heels into the wall and send your hips up, and then take your bolster underneath the hips. From here, if you have a strap, like I said, releasing anything graceful, you may choose to take your strap and place it behind your thighs. And you can use a belt or a towel. It doesn't have to be a strap. And then you're going to place that so it stays just like you would a belt. And that little metal piece should come off of your leg, so between the knees or just off of your thighs a little bit. And then right off the bat, I'm feeling like my pelvis is tipped a little bit too much. So I'm just going to lift my hips up and just readjust that bolster to a place that feels really good and comfy for me. Let's go ahead and take a few moments just to drop in here. If this doesn't feel good, you can always bend the knees and just place the feet on the wall. My suggestion is take the feet, especially if you have a strap, is take those feet as wide as that strap will allow. We're just going to take a few deep breaths together, so inhaling and exhaling. It does not have to be your most perfect yoga breath. We're just here in this moment together. Big inhale. And exhale. Feel free to sigh, let go of any tension. Big inhale. And exhale. So what usually happens is when we're go, 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 and we're not feeling well, or maybe we're just really drained, we almost have this discursive conversation start to happen in our mind about our body, what we should be doing, what we could be doing. So I'm going to invite you in the stillness here just to start to notice your body. So maybe you close the eyes to do that, or maybe you keep them open. And just start to notice the shape that your body's in. Notice the heels against the wall or the support of your bed or wherever they are today. Notice the hips on the earth or supported by your bolster or your pillow. Notice your back long on the support, whatever it's on today. And then notice the head getting nice and heavy. I'll give you a little bit of feedback of what's going on in my body. Maybe you're having the same experience in yours. So we just traveled to Las Vegas for work, which means I was in a plane for 5 hours, and then on the way home it was 4.5 hours with lots of driving and lots of traveling in between the flight. Lots of stimulus in Las Vegas itself. And of course, a totally different type of environment, right? So it's dry and hot. And so my body had to go through this big experience. So did my nervous system. So right now, dropping into this legs up the wall is causing sensation to happen in my body. The first thing that I'm noticing is that there's almost this throbbing or heartbeat sensation in my calves, where the blood flow, I've switched it up, right? So my toes are above my heart. So it's an interesting sensation, almost like a bit of a vibration there. This beat happening behind my calves, both calves. I notice the strap in my thighs. There's not really that heartbeat or throbbing sensation in the upper thighs, not as much as there is in the calf. I don't really feel anything at all in my knees. Almost like a releasing in the knee, if anything, the absence of pressure. And then as I come down into my hips are just, they're very grounded on that bolster. Like it almost feels like it's too high. I'm really being honest with myself and checking in here. You can do the same. If that bolster's not really situated quite well, take a moment to move it. Or if it's in that kind of spot where you're just getting curious, stay there and breathe just several breaths and notice what you need, if anything at all. Sometimes I think that I can be in a rush to change things. So the option to just get curious and play is always there. So next I am bringing my attention into the belly, and I just drank a very hot coffee, so I can feel that warmth kind of radiating out in my digestive system. And then as I travel through my spine, I'm not feeling much of a sensation, a little bit in the low back, just where it's sitting on the bolster. And then as I travel up my spine, the actual thoracic area between my shoulder blades, that space is throbbing the same as my calves, that heartbeat. I can really feel it there. Some tension maybe is releasing, or maybe the blood, because we reverse the flow, right? Because our toes are higher than our heart. Maybe that blood is just getting forced kind of back into the back area. It's just a sensation. I'm not holding on to it. It'll be different every time I do the posture. And then as I was coming up into noticing my neck, it did not feel good with that blanket underneath, so I went ahead and just moved it. I sat with it for a while, just noticing. And maybe that's the same for you. Is that pillow really serving you right now? And then just traveling up to the back of the head. For me, the back of the head right now feels very heavy. Very, very heavy, like almost like a bowling ball, like a 40-pound bowling ball just resting on my mat. And I can feel that same whooshing, pulsing noise kind of in my ears. A little bit of pressure through the sinuses. And you'll notice I'm not labeling any of this. It just is what it is. So as you're here noticing your body, can you just say it as it is and let that just kind of sit in your mind? Just notice. Hey, I see you. Hey, I hear you. I notice you're there. We're not going to attach. We're not going to hold on to anything. It's just an invitation to notice what's going on in your body. And I really want to share my experience because I feel like a lot of times when you have a teacher teaching, they're not really saying what's going on with them. They're asking you to look at what's going on with you. So this is an opportunity for both of us to get a little vulnerable and to share what feels right, what's not kind of working, but then also just what is there without any attachment. So as I move back to the chest, because we kind of skipped over that part as we moved up the back body, chest is a little tight in this posture, probably because I'm talking at the same time. I'm just noticing that sensation, not trying to change it. I wonder where this tightness expands to. Is it in one single spot? And I get curious with that. And then just taking my awareness and moving it into the jaw. My jaw feels very tight. I did a lot of talking. I was at a convention. There were 5,000 people there. So I'm just noticing that sensation. Noticing if it's in one particular area or if it spreads out. And then just noticing the entire body. Maybe you start at the top of your head and just scan down your body. Just notice what you notice. This isn't the time to change anything at all. You're just noticing. I didn't talk about the arms or the hands. They just feel a little cold with the temperature in here for me. But maybe you have some sensation. Maybe you've been working with your hands and your arms lately. Just notice. Continue to scan down your body. Take your time. At any time you can take that yogic breath, big inhale and exhale. And then I'll invite you to scan once again from the toes all the way up to the top of the head. Just take your time noticing what you notice. And you might be here. You might say, man, this is a little uncomfortable. And I want to make the difference between uncomfortable and solid no, right? Which means we're going to come out of whatever posture we're taking. So uncomfortable, is it uncomfortable to the point where you can stay curious? Is it uncomfortable where you're like, the sensation is there? Where is it going? What's the quality of it? Where does it live in my body at this moment? Or is it uncomfortable, like, oops, that's sharp and shooting. I cannot stay like this. And if that's a solid no, I cannot get curious about this, move your body. Bring an extra pillow in. Maybe you remove the pillow from your hips. Maybe you wiggle your feet just to bring you back into the moment. Whatever you need, take it. There's no wrong here. You're safe. So for our next space of just awareness in the body, I'm going to ask that you find these little pockets of sensation, right? Like for me, the throbbing behind my calves has started to settle down a little bit. But if I wanted to, I'm going to visualize the back of my calves in each leg. Maybe I go one at a time, maybe both at the same time, whatever feels right. And as I inhale, I'm going to visualize that I'm sending that inhalation to the spot where I need it the most. And that breath is warming. It's like a balm or a salve. And I'm just coating that area in this breath. And as I exhale, everything just relaxes a bit deeper. Everything softens a bit more. And I invite you to do this with each and every part that you feel a little sensation. Maybe a tightness or tingly. Just anywhere where you need it the most. Inhaling that warmth. And exhaling, relaxing a little deeper. And as you're here, just breathing, noticing. It's this idea of fixing. I'm not going to ask you to fix anything. That's not what we're doing here. We're acknowledging. It's a deep acknowledgement. And it's getting curious to the point of maybe you're asking a question. Can my shoulders soften? It's a lot different than asking, can I fix my shoulders? We're not fixing, we're not changing, really. We're not making demands of the body or the system. We're just asking, can you soften? Can you release? I got you. You're supported. That warm inhalation, like a salve, bathing in warmth. And then that exhales the question, can you soften? You might find a spot that needs a bit more work, that you feel like, I can really dive in here for a while. As long as you're curious and it's with love and compassion, go there. For me today, it's all the pressure I feel in my head. And I breathe some warmth in there, and I ask it to release a bit deeper. And I get curious. Stay here for several more breaths. Bringing them where you need them the most. Before we come out, I'll say this. It's always really amazing that I have clients who come to me and they say, I can't sit still, there's nothing to do. And I find that the inner landscape of just sensation, of just noticing, can be so vast. It really takes all of my attention. I hope you found the same today. And if you didn't, that's okay. This is here for you anytime you want to revisit. So we always come out of this very slowly. I invite you to maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes, just gentle, loving, kind movements, just a bit of movement back into the body. And then when it feels right, maybe you just roll the ankles, roll the wrists. Maybe you rock the head from left to right. If you're up on a pillow, that might be a bit of a challenge, so don't worry about it. If you're up on a pillow, you can just open and close the jaw, or maybe squish the face and then open it up your mouth nice and wide or something like that. Whatever feels right in your body. And then I really like to gently blink the eyes open, just to come back into this waking world very gently. And then to come off of the wall here, so you have this strap if you chose to use it. You can take that off first. I usually just let it drop behind my legs. And then from here, you'll notice that you can kind of just bend your knees. I like to rock it out just a little bit. Just mindful if you're up on that bolster or that pillow. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and roll right over onto the right or left side, whatever feels best in your body. You can let that hand be a pillow for the head. And if you're doing this right before bedtime time, you may decide that this is the time to just curl up and get snuggly. And if you're getting ready for the day, or if this is just a transition for you, from here we'll just take a nice big inhale and a big exhale. And then we're going to slowly come all the way back up. And you can find a gentle seat. And we'll just bring the hands together. If you're transitioning, just stay here for a breath. Just a center, just a ground. Don't worry about the future. You're right here in this moment with me. I want to say thank you for practicing with me, sharing this practice, and trusting me to guide you. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Tao. I hope you feel a little bit better in your body, and if you're taking a nap, I'm going to let you go and do what you need to do. Be well, friends, and feel better.